Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. Standing in a blurry green. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Live from the Volvo 780 studios in anywhere USA. This is JJDrones Live. And now, here's JJDrones.
And it's JJDrones Live, coming to you from the Utah studios. And let me just fix something here. There we go. Thank you all for coming in today. We've got Haley. We've got Jamie Conway. Thank you so much for coming in, Jamie. And we've got Dan, the droning veteran. We've got Gary, Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. He's backstage. So is Dan, the droning veteran. And we got my dad, and we've got Christian from Mainlight Drone. Thank you all for coming in today. If you would like to have one of your videos featured on my website, go to Jason at JJDrones360.com. And for everything JJ Drones related, JJDrones360.com is where you can find it. And if you would like to help the program financially, you can do a donation on paypal.me/JJDrones. And we're going to get into the whole Amazon thing here in a minute. But as for now, if you want to go and check out my Amazon links on my website, it's JJDrones360.com/Amazon1. But we're going to be getting into the Amazon thing during this episode today. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our guests of the hour that have been waiting in the background. And we've got G-Money, Gary from Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Thank you so much for coming on to the program today, sir. Appreciate you being here.
I appreciate being here with you. I congratulate you on that milestone. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we are here at the Utah compound, the multi-million-dollar gated community compound with the alligators and the snakes and the moat and stuff. And Dan, thank you very much for giving me, the keys to the castle.
What's up, everyone?
What we're really having is that we've got an audio echo between Dan and I because we're basically in the same. We're like,
we
across from each other.
I have a suggestion. I can help you out with this problem.
Okay.
All right. If Dan's the problem, sign language. Just script everything on paper.
Sign language.
Yeah.
I need Help!
So we're actually out here in Utah because I've got a delivery tomorrow, and Dan was really nice to allow me to come over here and use his Wi-Fi. And so Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors, he's in here today. Thank you so much for coming in, Ted. I appreciate you being here. And Gary, looks like you have a fan.
Hello, Jamie. Hope you're using that. I forget what call you won, but deer call, turkey call. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that she did. So we're gonna get into something that really is irritating me today, and we're gonna jump off. We're gonna jump off with that, and it's basically Amazon's associate links. And if you don't know what the associate links are, it's basically a way that YouTubers like myself or Gary or Dan, you're able to sign up, and if somebody goes on and they use your links when they purchase an item on Amazon, you can definitely go and people will purchase something, and then you'll get 50 cents or whatever for whatever they buy. And Paul, I will send you a link here in a few minutes. So Dan was purchasing some stuff on Amazon. He bought basically his own studio setup using my associates links. And I went about a week and a half before I finally contacted customer service over at Amazon. And I got some information from Amazon that I'd like to share with you. And I just screenshot exactly what they said to me because I didn't want to have any sort of mischaracterization of what they told me. It says, I have checked and the items were marked ineligible for commission. This can happen when it's determined orders placed are by people you know. That is the person from Amazon in their customer service who's in charge of making sure that all of us that use the Amazon links to sell items on Amazon so that we know what's going on. Well, here's the thing. How do you determine people that you know? Is it somebody that you swap items with on Amazon? Like, let's say Geo Outdoors was my Secret Santa person. Okay. Now that I sent Geo Outdoors sent me something for the Secret Santa, does that mean that he can't go on Amazon and use my links and go buy something? Or is it everybody that comes into my live stream every Sunday? Because I talk to you guys pretty much on a weekly basis. So, these are all things that I want to know, because the phrase that she used are people that you know. Now, I know Dan, and I know Gary, and I know Ted, and I know pretty much everybody that comes in the live stream every week, because I can say that I know these people. And let's see here. Jamie says, my husband, Nick, will check in a bit. He's watching the Cowboys games. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, I figured that Nick was going to be watching the Cowboys game. And Gary is nice enough to not be watching the Cowboys game.
It's a struggle, brother. It's a struggle.
I believe it. So I don't know. Dan, I know you have some feelings about this. Why don't you share with the audience how you feel about it?
Well, honestly, I think it's horsemanarchy. Just in my humble opinion. Quite frankly, I mean, if you're, just because I know you doesn't mean I'm gonna. Well, everything I buy on Amazon, I don't click on your link, but especially, if you want to counter off the stuff that I go to your link and go to something else, whatever, counter that off. But if I buy stuff directly off of your page, there should be no issues with it whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, Dan. And I mean, Gary, do you have any thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't know enough about the affiliate links with Amazon, but my personal opinion, if that's how it's been structured and people are following the structure, why should it change? And I want to tell Dan that he sounds perfect. There's no echo or anything like that. So.
Right. Yeah, I canceled out my mic when he was talking.
So,
Okay.
So
and
we
I've
can
had mine
cancel
off.
out.
I've had mine off too. So
Yeah. So whenever we're able to converse back and forth, we can mess with our mics, so that way we can both be on panel here. And Paul, I just sent you the link to the show as well. But and Gary, you're absolutely right. If that's the way that it's always been, then that's fine. But my problem is the fact that Dan has been purchasing stuff off my Amazon links for, I don't know, a good 6 months now. At least 6 months.
yeah,
And
since right
so-
after you started it.
Right. Yes, Paul, you're hearing crickets because that's coming from Gary's end of the world, because there's crickets.
I forget about that. Let me turn the mic. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
think it's
you're-
going to matter, but
No, you're fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
hey, Paul, get off my back, Paul. All right, don't start with me.
Hey, it makes me feel like I'm somewhere warm, and crickets want
Exactly.
to be out.
Yes.
I haven't heard a cricket chirp in months.
So we've been able to. So Dan's been able to go out and buy items from my associate links, and I've been able to get a commission off of those. And Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors, I know that he's done it, and there's multiple people that have done it. So there's not really a whole bunch of people that I don't know that have used my Amazon link. So pretty much, if you know the person, you're not going to get a commission. But I'm considering just dropping that whole Amazon associate links thing completely, because I don't really know how to play by the rules on it, because they're very arbitrary the way that they have that stated. Hey, Sarah, welcome. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad that you're here so that you can find out the details later on in the show about the drone giveaway. And then we got Paul with the lab coat. He did get it.
Oh, look at you, Paul.
He
Hey.
looks like Dr. Jellyfinger.
Right? I was told I was like acting
Let's
smart.
see that hair. Come on.
Hair? What hair? Oh,
What
this
hair?
one?
Yeah.
Look at that. Fresh,
Uh,
baby.
I don't know. I think mine's
Shades it up.
fresher.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, Radio Jonesy, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Since we're talking about Amazon, $15.
Yeah, I didn't make a dime off of it.
Now I'm smarter than I was.
Sarah says giveaway. I am in. Ted says that's not a good deal. Why would they take away your perks even if you still are getting people to go to Amazon to browse? And exactly right, Ted. And that is my biggest bone of contention of this whole situation, is Amazon is still getting not only getting the traffic, but they're getting more traffic than they would have normally gotten, because people are listening to your live stream, they're going to your website, they're looking at the links, and then they're going to Amazon and buying stuff. So they're getting more traffic, whether you know the person or not. So, I mean, I don't understand it, and Amazon really needs to get their stuff together, in my opinion. My dad says Paul looks like it's Back to the Future time. Look like
baby.
Doc Brown there.
Aw. I take that as a compliment, man. Doc Brown's the best.
Yeah.
Little
But
back-
yeah, that was really something that I really need to get off my chest, because this whole thing with the whole Amazon thing's been bothering me. And so if you're in the chat and you have opinion on it, let me know whether I should keep the Amazon links or if I should just toss them to the side. Because at this point now, I don't know when I'm going to make a commission off of stuff and when I'm not.
Can you put it on like freeze hiatus or something like that? Because like something doesn't sound right to me. It just, you've had a pretty good relationship with them for a while. Why, you know, there's got to be an intervention process. And Paul, you can tell us about intervention, right?
Exactly. Yes. Intervention. Learn how to drink from a mug. There you go.
And no, Sarah, I have a full head of hair, even though Dan and Paul seem to think I have a huge bald spot.
Oh no, he's denying it. It's okay though. You can keep it as long as it's still, yeah. Okay.
I was there at one time too, Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're all there. We're not just the CEO. We're customers too.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, what did he say? Shoot, I forget what he said. The hair club for men guy. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
he said that I'm not only the CEO, I'm also a client.
There you go. That's what it was. See?
Yeah.
There you go.
Christian says they're also ending Amazon Smile that we used to use to raise money for our favorite charities. So, I mean, so there's some changes going on over there at Amazon. So just kind of keep an eye on that. And if you have any information that you can help share, let me know. And that's horrible because I used Amazon Smile for the longest time to raise money for charities. So that's pretty sad.
Can I ask a question, a serious question? Because I may have my billionaires mixed up here, but Jeff Bezos, he's the guy that owns Amazon, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Did he just go through a divorce
He did.
and she got 50%?
Ooh.
Yep, she did.
Okay. He's trying to recoup some money there, buddy.
I'll get married.
Well, not only that, but Amazon and Google and Facebook are all laying people off, so they're all hurting for money right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted says I got 3,967 clicks. So for me, putting the links in my video description that many people clicked on, a link on I'm going to try and English this. Okay. I got 3,967 clicks. So from me putting the links in my video description that many people clicked on a link in Amazon. So yeah, basically he's just saying the same thing. He's getting the traffic to Amazon. So they should at least be helping, pay people back because they're getting the traffic that they normally probably wouldn't. Radio Jonesy says, hey, I'm in the future. It's 12:18 p.m. Monday. Oh, wow. Yes, and Radio Jonesy is actually down in Australia, if I remember correctly.
That's so appropriate because isn't the Paul wearing the Back to the Future outfit or something like that?
He is. He
The
is.
last
He's
coat?
around right now.
Didn't even think about that. That's funny.
Happy evening, Simply Nanette. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And Sarah says, don't hide it. Bald is beautiful. Paul?
All right.
Dan?
Hold on. Problem solved. There you go. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hold on.
I'm too shiny. See?
Hold on. I got to move up my camera. There you go. Look at that.
There we go.
All right, we should do a poll right now. Sarah, which one of these bald men would you go out on a date with right now?
It's got to be Paul.
I think I know her answer. None of
Hold on,
them,
let me
because
take my
she's a
glasses
very
off.
happily married woman.
There. See, we'll make it even now. Glasses. See,
There we go.
we're almost.
Heck yeah.
Christian doesn't think Bezos is a part of Amazon anymore, and I haven't heard anything of contrary. So you might be right, Christian. I would have to look that up.
That is a good question. Here.
Radio Jonesy says in Australia, I've never bought a thing off Amazon.
What?
And Jamie Conway says, yes, Bezos still owns it. You might be thinking about Elon Musk with Twitter.
Let's see here.
Radio Jonesy's in Tasmania. My dad says, nice sheen, Paul and Dan.
No, right? Hey, by the way, so according to Google, 2019 is when Mr. Bezos ended his relationship. Still says he's worth $120 billion. So
Yes. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question to Paul,
Yeah,
since
Gary.
he seems to be the fact master here? Uh, was he bald, or did he have any hair left on his head, or can you enlighten us on that?
actually, yeah, I will show. I will do show and tell right now. Here we go. Let's see. Here, wait, hold on. Where's the button at?
Is it show and tell or tell and show?
Show and tell. Tell and show?
We're going to do the tell and show next week. It's show and tell this week.
Exactly.
I like it.
Here, let's do this. Let's get this out here, over there, like that. And then go like this. And now do the right one.
According to Christian, Bezos left the third quarter of 2021.
Oh, he did?
I'll let Paul do the research on that, and while Paul's looking up the research on that, I just wanted to kind of give you a tip. And Paul or Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors kind of gave a clue on it. Says, "Hey, don't stay on here too long. Your hours are not going to count. Jason, hurry." And Christian says that's according to Wikipedia, by the way. So if you want to look that up, it's over in Wikipedia. And the reason Ted is saying that is because Ted and I are going to do a not a live stream, but we're going to do a basically kind of like a web podcast, and we're going to record it, and then we're going to release it as a premiere, so that we can still chat in while the video is playing. But you're not getting any watch hours on your live streams. And I'm not doing the live streams for watch hours. I'm doing the live streams because this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy coming on here and talking to all of you. And, I've always said that I've always wanted to be in radio, and this is probably going to be like the closest thing that I'm going to have to having my own like talk radio show. And it's also a way that I can, voice my my displeasures with certain things from time to time. But I definitely try and bring some great content and some information to people. Right, Dan? So I definitely try and bring everybody, some good information of whether it's about drones, whether it's about trucking, it's about safety, driving, or technology-based things, whatever I'm able to come up with as a topic. So I enjoy doing that, and it's really something that I will continue to do, because it's not about the watch hours. It's about something that I enjoy doing. But you're not going to get the watch hours that you think you're going to get by doing live streams. And Ted and I have done extensive research. We have been scouring the internet, reading YouTube, and what they have put out there on the internet as far as guidelines go. And you're basically not getting any watch hours until after it gets posted. But we're going to gather all of our information together. We're going to have the receipts. We're going to show our receipts.
Can I ask you a question? It sounded a little contradictory there. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying you're not going to get any watch hours until it's been posted. So I don't understand what you're saying there.
Oh, okay. So all of this time right now that we're live, you're not getting any watch hours for this.
While it's live.
Watch hours until YouTube posts it. So you can have your live stream, and then after you end the live stream, it stays on your YouTube channel as public. But it's not posted technically until YouTube processes it, and then after it's processed, then you will start gaining watch hours. So anybody that watches you in the repeat after your live stream has been posted by YouTube, that's when you start getting watch hours. Everything else doesn't matter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree. And like right now we have 9 people on, and if we have 9 people on for the entire hour, there's 9 hours of watch time that's down the drain.
Hey, Coastal Water, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Sarah says streaming is fun. You get to meet more friends, and absolutely, Sarah, it's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to interact with the community, and it's a way that you know, if you've always wanted to do something like be in radio or whatever, this is a perfect way to do it. It really is. Christian says, I think public live streams do count for watch hours. And Christian, when we bring up the evidence and we show you what we found, you're going to be surprised because public live streams do not count for watch hours. And I have the proof. I have the receipts.
Does it matter? Like, I'm like a virgin to all this YouTube stuff. So if would it count? I'm trying to express the little bit of knowledge I have. So when you go live through Facebook, if you have, or excuse me, through YouTube, my apologies, and you're already at 1,000 or whatever, can't you go live through them? And is that when it would count? But if you're using a subsidiary source like StreamYard, is that why it's not counting? I'm trying to understand.
No, because I have done live streams through StreamYard. I have done live streams directly through YouTube, and every single one of my live streams is simulcast through Facebook and YouTube at the same time when I use StreamYard. So it really doesn't that doesn't make the difference. What makes the difference is a policy through YouTube that says when you do a live stream, it doesn't count until it goes through the processing that they do, and then it's posted, I guess, as a processed video.
So you're telling me today when I did my live video today, trying to get reintroduced to StreamYard, my 7 viewers are not going to count.
Not until the replay, or not until it's processed and people watch the replay.
That could be a benefit to me. I think that could be a benefit.
Ted says people that think the hours you get in your live go to your total watch time, and it don't. You only get the time when it's published. And but like I said, Ted and I are going to put together a video. We have the receipts. We have the paperwork. We're going to put it out there, and everybody's going to get to see exactly what the truth is on that. Before we go further, I just want to welcome in Coastal Water. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Lone Cowboy Adventures, thank you so much for coming in. And and Christian says I'll watch it again later. Just to go along with what I just got done saying, Ted says it counts to watch hours, but it doesn't count your actual hours during your live. YouTube can't put ads on your live only after it's been made video on demand, meaning public, so they can put ads on it. So basically, he's just saying exactly what was just said.
Yeah.
Now I wonder, because there are some people that live streams that they do have ads, so they're monetized. So I wonder if that, if their live streams count.
Well, I think that's where
they do have ads on their live streams.
Yeah, I think that's because it doesn't matter at that point. Like, as soon as you're monetized, then it doesn't matter. It's like this. We're all in this fight to get monetized, so we can actually. That's what's crazy. Is that's one thing bad about this policy is it takes it's kind of hard to get monetized. So by the time you get there, like you basically spent over a year and stuff straight doing consistent work every time, and he gets no payback from it at all, right?
Right.
So
right.
That's like the crazy game of this, and I'm still trying to figure out Rumble, but Rumble actually monetizes like immediately. So like they don't, it's just a matter of you getting your videos out. And I haven't figured out what the math is to get the videos out. But Rumble actually, does it immediately. You don't have to wait for no threshold. You put videos out that the theory is they get monetized, but it's just a matter of getting them watched, and you can start getting monetized.
That's interesting too. I like that. I do. But
So
also, Jason, me and you, obviously, we got to work on hand signals. Like, God,
right? Hey, Jay,
I muted in mine, and then didn't do no good.
right?
That's all right, Dan. It's all right. Hey, just Keith Doc Reed, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for sharing links. I appreciate you being here. Simply Nanette says, really thanks for the info off the hook. And then she says, I noticed too, sometimes YouTube removed the likes, watch hours, and views I experienced in my channel. Gator Jake says, I'm supporting multiple channels simultaneously, but wanted to say hello to the entire panel. All good people. As always, I thank the truckers on here for what y'all do. Without you, we have nothing. Thank you so much, Gator Jake. I appreciate you. And I know he's always going in between multiple channels. So I appreciate you just stopping in. I really do. Paul, you have something here to share with everybody.
Yes, there's a question about Jeff Bezos been bald? Look, I think this is the earliest one. Look, he had a little bit of hair, but he finally gave it up. But otherwise, yeah, he's pretty shiny all the way through. Shiny. So look, you can be a billionaire with no hair too. So don't let it stop anybody. And I think he's short too, isn't he? So I add that in there. People. Wait, how
Gary?
Oh,
Gary, thank you for pointing out. Gary, thank you for pointing out the Sunday was spelled wrong. I will fix that.
No, I did. I wish I had noticed it earlier. I apologize. I realized when I sent it, it's like, oh man, this might not.
No,
it's Sunday. Sunday.
It is.
Hey, maybe that's Australian.
It is.
I call it Suds Day. But it's okay. It's okay.
Sunday. No, not Australian, but like England. Sunday. No.
And the thing that Paul, or the thing that Ted posted as a comment there, he copy and pasted straight from Google. So again, there's
actually here's a thing right here. This is a thing through the YouTube, whatever it talks about it here. Watch out.
And that's one of the receipts that we have.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go deep into that. I just wanted to say we're going to be going deep into that into a video podcast so that we can get all of the watch hours for doing that.
There you go. Hey, and so Jason, when you're talking about doing the radio thing, right?
Right.
You know, for anybody who wants to like do something like that, if you think about it, like one of the things I've noticed, there's a bunch of these different YouTuber guys that are like creating their own little, like all they're doing is regurgitating in their own way what news is going on, right? That's literally all some of these YouTuber guys are doing. So if you do want to do something like that, pick the subject you want to talk about, grab it from whatever source you want to do, and put your own opinion on it. That's what, like, you know, there's the guy, the Quartering. I don't know if you guys ever seen him. No. There's a couple of different people who literally all they do is talk about the news in their own way, but they're not getting it for themselves. They're getting it from other sources. So realistically, hit record, talk about the news that is in the news.
YouTube News Network. That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Right.
You know, so, and eventually you get big enough, then you actually get reporters out there and, you know, actually get real.
And then you get kicked off YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't depend on them.
Ted says, while they're live, then they do not count towards valid view time. However, if you archive them and make them public on YouTube after the stream finished, they become videos and view time earned, but not until after it's processed, and that can take up to 24 hours. Okay, good night, Sarah. While Sarah is leaving, and I hate to have her leave without finding this information out. February 1st at 8 p.m. Central Time, that's 9 p.m. Eastern, February 1st, we're going to be doing the Holy Stone 720 giveaway. And the reason that I'm going to be doing that is, number one, I'm going to be at home, and I want to do the giveaway in the studio when I've got the drone in my hands, and so that whoever wins it is going to be able to get me to mail it out to them the next day. The contest is going to be where I have. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know if I'm going to be doing pick a number or if I'm going to do the picker through StreamYard. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. But you have to be a U.S. resident. You have to be at least 13 years of age or older, because that is the rules on owning a drone in the United States. And you have to basically promise that you're going to register the drone when you get it, because you can't fly that drone unless it's registered. And I don't want you to get it and then end up getting in trouble for using it. I mean, once it's in your possession, it's yours. But I want you to follow the rules that the FAA lays out as far as registering the drones. So, and then I'm going to have the permission to get your address as well. So, as long as you're able to meet all of those requirements, I'm going to go ahead and let that person win the drone. And it's going to be February 1st at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, after my video premiere that night. And yes, as my dad says, not a family member. So, but
I'm good.
Wait a minute.
that means blood family.
No.
Let's
See.
go.
Well, I expect it hand delivered, and you obviously already know my address.
Well, I mean, now that I have the key to the compound, I mean, this is where I'm going to be doing all of my live streams now, I guess. But
Yeah.
I have a question for JJ, if possible. Is it all right?
yeah,
All right. So this, I'm just curious. I'm not talking about this transaction, but so there's going to be a transition from your ownership to another individual sometime in the future. FAA is involved. So, like, what exonerates you from liability if this lands, I don't know, like in a plane's propeller or something, like, like just a bill of sale, or how do you clear yourself from liability? I'm just curious.
as soon as I remove myself as the registered owner of that drone, it's just like a car. The only difference is once I unregister it, if somebody else goes out and flies it, it doesn't mean that it's still registered to me. It doesn't work like a car in that sense. But as soon as I take my registration number off of it and then send it out, it's no longer of my property, and I'm no longer the registered owner of that drone. So whoever gets it after that is the responsible party for it.
Is that something you could do electronically, or is that just like through paperwork, or how does that work?
All drone registration is handled through the FAA's website, FAA Drone Zone, and it's a $5 deal. So it's not like you're spending a boatload of money registering a drone. It's $5. And you don't even have to have any fancy labels or anything. You can put it in Sharpie on the side of the drone. As long as it's on there, that's all that matters. But, if
I'm talking about as far as removing yourself from that. Is that something you do all electronic? Okay.
It's all electronic.
Appreciate it.
Whether you're registering a drone or unregistering a drone, it's immediate. And Ted, nobody knows about my new toy except for you, Dan, and Haley, and Paul.
What? Oh man. Oh wait. Oh yeah, you did tell me, huh? Never mind. I forgot.
Yeah, I did tell you. But it is going to be a surprise, and it's going to be a reveal, and it's going to be revealed on a video. So I can't wait.
My guess it's a squeaky toy, but that's all.
It is a squeaky toy. It is a squeaky. Gary?
Very, very squeaky.
I mean, it sounded like it takes super, so super unleaded. No.
Yes. Simply Nanette says that's why Bob from Time to Get Going would re-upload again his live stream. Is it right or proper? And yes, I think that's why Bobby was doing that, Nanette, so that he could get the watch time from it, because his live streams will go 4 to 5 hours, and he'll have 20 to 30 people in there for that full 4 to 5 hours. So he was losing loads and loads of watch time. But I don't know how many people would actually go back and watch the full thing for the 4 to 5 hours. But I mean, whether he does or not is only in his what he knows, because it's not something that he shares with me, and I'm sure he wouldn't share it with anybody else unless they asked. But Ted says people will edit their live and repost it. I'm not sure why Bob did that, and I would just assume that. Ottercat, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Go ahead, Gary.
Do with your lives. Yeah, one of the things you can do with your lives is chop them up into little pieces. And, you know, if you really want to get really, you know, start going all out, you can make a clips channel, like literally start another channel specifically for your clips. You could still put it on the regular channel, but some people separate them. And you can have a clips channel and just cut out. Like if you think about it, as much as you want to do all this fancy editing, if you don't have to do that really. It's YouTube. I don't expect fancy editing when a YouTube channel is starting up. This isn't TV. That's what I tell people sometimes. It's like, dude, this is YouTube. I don't expect, I don't want TV production. If I did, I'd go watch TV. I want just weird, crazy.
But Paul, that's where you're. But Paul, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong, because YouTube has YouTube has become.
Who's wearing the lab coat?
Well, you may be. I'm wearing the JJDrones hat, so I trump that.
Oh, hold on. Problem solved, man. Yeah. My color looks.
Yeah, but I've got the hat hook.
Yours is like bleached right there or something. Yeah.
Gary agrees. So here's the thing, though, Paul, and I would agree with you probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But as of now, YouTube has completely replaced TV. People have completely unplugged from regular cable, and all they do is they watch YouTube all day. I know that my wife does it. I know that most of the time I do it.
Oh, be careful.
You know, there's very rarely any time that I'm watching, terrestrial TV. Everything that goes on the TV in my home is on YouTube. And Gary, do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. But the funny thing is, with my living conditions right now, I've totally transitioned away from TV. I mean, like I should be watching the Dallas Cowboys right now, but no, I'm watching Paul, with his laptop. But anyway, but no, in all seriousness, no, I mean, like it's weird. Like you can get addicted to TV or you can get addicted to YouTube. And what I found with watching TV, when I'm done watching TV, I'm done thinking about it. I'm just pretty much done thinking. But when I watch YouTube or participate with YouTube, like I'm addicted. It's
Zuzi.
I don't know how to describe it, but it makes me want to participate more, when I can with the ability that I have. I don't have much ability, but anyway, so that's I'm trying to answer your question. I don't know if I
No, that's definitely. I mean, I completely agree with that. Ottercat doesn't watch YouTube. Gator Jake says my wife exclusively watches Thai programming on YouTube. Only during football season do we just subscribe to another service. So, and Gator Jake, you're not the only person that does. And then I know that there's so many people out there now, especially YouTube creators like me and Ted and Dan and Paul and Gary. I don't have time to watch other I don't have time to watch TV. I have time to watch the channels that I support because I want to go out there and show the support for as many channels as I possibly can. And I only have so many hours in a day, right? So, so I spend the time that I would usually spend watching TV, watching other YouTube stuff, and then if there's something important that I need to watch on TV, I'll usually find it through another YouTube channel because it'll be brought up there, if you know what I mean.
Well, what do you do when you're driving all day?
Listen to the news,
Oh, why don't you just watch then?
because that would be distracted driving.
It's only if you're distracted. You have peripheral vision, right? See, you can see your mirrors, all the way out here, and you're still looking straight ahead. It's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I still haven't been able to get to the last part of the program, and I'm going to bring it up here in a second because we've only got 15 minutes left. But I think it's important to realize that especially for Paul, that people try and make their channels as much TV like as possible. Not because that they think that they have the skills to do it, because like me, I try and make it as TV like as possible, even though I know I have zero skills to do it. But I do it because I know that people actually use YouTube as their TV. It's what they watch throughout the day. So if I can make it as close to TV like as I can, that's why I go through all of the work that I do with the editing that I do, because that is the future of what people watch. It just is, whether that be YouTube, whether that be Rumble, whether that be whatever other company comes out. But I mean, as of right now, shorts are the deal, and shorts are there to occupy people's time. I mean, they're 15 seconds, and people have a short attention span, so it's easier to watch.
What?
But,
What were you saying? Sorry.
What's that?
Missed it.
Yeah, scroll home.
He had me for like 15 seconds, and I was like, what? Huh?
I know. Ted says a lot of channels are really getting into the production, like TV production, and make it just like real TV shows. And it's happening in the hunting and fishing world on YouTube. I mean, that's just how it is. And Gary, those are crickets in the background. It's not your tinnitus, I promise.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, my ears.
But here's something I got an email, and I was very skeptical that it was a real one. I thought that if I clicked on the link that I was going to end up getting scammed. But I put Haley on the job, and we talked to the gentleman that was working for this law firm. He works in the PR department. And he says that they put a lot of work into this website, and it's 50 tips for truck drivers. And I want to go through as many of these as I can and this is going to be for basically the newer truck drivers that are out there. People that have been driving truck for a long time, this is all going to be old hat. But I wanted to go through it with Dan and Paul, especially because these are things that, do we want newer drivers to come up and know, or is this something that you think is a good guideline for them? I know there's at least one thing that on this list that I completely disagree with, but we're going to go through it. But the ones that are pretty self-explanatory, we're just going to skip over. I'll just mention them. Number one, wear your seatbelt. Number two, avoid distraction and cell phone use. That means no watching YouTube videos while you're driving home.
Are you guys in the same room?
Yes.
Okay. Because I started hearing your echo. Why are you listening? Did I miss something here?
I'm in Utah, and I'm at his house.
Oh.
You missed the beginning of the show.
I did.
Yeah, way to go.
Right? I was dressing. I had to get my, my package.
All right, we'll let you get away with it this one time.
Right?
Now, I haven't read all these lists yet, but there's one on here. I'm curious. I want to see if it's on here.
Okay.
I'll give an example if it's not.
I want to see. The first one, I just figured don't crash and you won't die. So.
Right. Yeah. Number 3 is follow the hours of service rules. With e-logs, you really don't have a choice on that. Defensive driving, that's something that should be taught in truck driving schools. But if it's not, if you're a new driver and you go through a trucking company's training and they don't teach you defensive driving, just leave that trucking company and go find another one.
All right, here's a question. What's the definition of defensive driving?
Defensive driving.
Because that phrase is, some people have no clue what that really means.
Yeah, well, defensive driving is driving in a way that you are basically predicting what other people are doing. You're driving safely. You're not excessively speeding. You're not making unnecessary lane changes. You're keeping yourself, and out on all sides of your truck, and you're basically paying attention. You're driving defensively, and I mean, you really can't like go and define it in any other way other than, driving like your life depends on it, I guess.
As a former football coach, that term I would say is keep your head on a swivel.
There you go. That's
Yep.
a good one, Gary.
Yep. That works.
And that would be number 5, watch your blind spots. That's keeping your head on a swivel right there. Because according to the Smith system driving training that I got, your head should be moving and looking in the mirrors every 6 to 8 seconds. So this number 6 would number 6 and number 5 would all fall underneath defensive driving. Keep lane changes to a minimum. Every time that you change lanes in a truck, you are risking getting into an accident. So trying to maintain your lane as much as possible, that is the best thing that you can do. Be aware of local laws. Oh, go ahead.
Or stay out of the first lane. Stay in the second lane. Stay away from the emerging traffic.
Right.
That's,
Yeah. And if you're going to be in that second lane, try and stay with the flow of traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if people are going around you on the right side, that means you're going too slow and you're in the wrong lane.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 7, be aware of local laws. Traffic laws change with every state you drive through, such as California. Familiarize yourself with any laws that specifically affect you before entering a state. If you're unsure, be conservative, drive slowly, and stay in the right lane as much as possible. It's got nothing to do with be aware of local laws, okay? It's got nothing to do with the speed. It's got everything to do with bridge law. In California, it's the only state right now with the stupid bridge law that you got to have the tandems pretty much slide to the front of the trailer the entire time.
Well, if you had them in the front of the trailer, you wouldn't be able to move very well. It'd be kind of offset. It'd be a little offset there. Science says,
You know what I mean, Paul. You have to have the trailer tandem slid to the front of the trailer as far as they'll go in order for you to be legal in the state of California. And if you try and leave the state of California and the shippers don't know how to load things properly, you'll be going back to the shipper 3 to 4 times before they load you properly so that you're legal to leave the state.
Yeah, and
Not
by the way,
saying-
3 holes from the front. That's the magic.
No.
That's the magic rule. About 3 holes from the front.
Nope.
What? What do you mean no?
It all depends. It all depends on the trailer, Paul.
Most
Because
of the time, it's 3 holes from the trailer. 3 holes from the front.
actually, on my trailer, it's 2.
Oh, yeah. 1 or 2, usually you're going to be fine. Or between the 3 and 4, no problem. And by the way, California is just like every other state. You know that?
Nope.
Because as long as you don't get caught, you can go as fast as you want.
Shut up. You're awful. Okay, number 8. This is the one that I disagree with.
Yes. 10-4.
It says
You don't
use
have to read a map book?
GPS units for trucking. No. Learn how to read a motor carrier's atlas. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, if you don't know how to read a map, you're in trouble. GPS will try and send you down. Even the truck GPSs will send you down a dirt road. A non-commercial vehicle restricted road. It's done that to me before, but I've known that the roads are not viable for tractors. So I guess that is one advantage. I mean, I can read a map, but being local, mostly local, it is makes it a lot easier on me, I guess.
Well, the biggest thing with the GPS thing in reading a map is if you read a motor carrier's atlas, not only are you going to learn how to route yourself, but it tells you what roads you can go on and what roads you can't go on. And it also has in the motor carrier's atlas, it actually tells you what the weights are per axle in each state that you're allowed. And there's different regulations. Like it says, you have to know the laws in each state. And all the laws that you're going to need driving down the road is going to be found in the back of a Rand, or not in the back, but in the front of a Rand McNally motor carrier's atlas. So instead of telling you to go get a GPS unit for trucking, get yourself a Rand McNally's motor carrier's atlas, get a laminated one, and then get yourself a Sharpie and draw a note or make notes in the book. That's why you get the laminated one, and just get a GPS tool, but don't use it as a end all to be all.
What's the cost of one of those atlases you're talking about?
They're usually about $20.
Okay. So when you're saying use a Sharpie, or are you talking about using like a dry erase eraser, or like for each strip? Right? I don't understand.
Dry erase.
No, you can get a dry erase marker, but that would actually not be helpful because it would probably erase. If you want something that you can just put on there and erase later, you can do that. Most of the time, I like to have just a regular Sharpie, and I can make notes in the map, and then they're always there because they're not gonna wipe away when you close the map book.
Hey, Jason, to share my screen for a second, I have a example.
Oh yeah, that CRST driver that went on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he was following his GPS.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't do that.
Northeast Drone Productions, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And I apologize that I'm not able to see the chat when I'm sharing the screen because I have to go back and forth and actually read this. But Dan, you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah, GPS never lies.
Yeah, no, I know you're full of it.
It's usually so.
All right, so we're not going to get through this whole thing. I don't think we're going to make it through the first 15. So we'll bring this back another time, and this is going to be listed with the live stream. I'll leave the link on the live stream on my website, JJDrones360.com. So if you want to go and you can read these, drive it at a safe speed. And then here's another thing that would be pretty much only in good weather. Use auxiliary brakes, because if you're going to use an engine brake and it's snowing or icy or raining, that's probably not going to be good for you. So definitely this would be an okay one, but you need to have caveats on it. And the fact that this is written by a bunch of attorneys really worries me.
Yeah, the Jake brakes on in the snow, and depending on the weather, you don't have to touch your trailer brakes, which it's it depends on if you have weight on your trailer. There's all kinds of options. As soon as you know what your traction is, you got to understand your traction in your vehicle, and when you're driving in bad weather, period. You understand that, you know how to control the vehicle. Sometimes I did that a lot, and it was easier than doing that than touching the brakes, because I didn't need to touch the brakes, so the trailer doesn't ever come around. So
Well,
I never that yet. Keep it that way.
Well, we got through a lot of information today, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to get through that whole thing, but we can. I'm going to bring that back next Sunday so that we can go through the entire list. We'll probably start back off at number 10, or we can just start from number 1 and do the whole thing over again. But there's 50 tips, and I'd like your feedback on it. If you get a chance, go to my website, go to that link, and read the 50 tips for truck drivers. Give me your opinion on them. And we'll go through them again next Sunday. Paul will be here because Paul is always here. Dan will be here, hopefully, if he's not busy.
All right.
you go.
One question.
Yeah.
Since we didn't get through the list, I got to know, is there anything about this?
What's wrong with that? It's
There's
a
nothing wrong with that.
sometimes.
I thought that's the way I see everybody driving. So
That's perfectly okay.
We're only supposed to drive with 1 foot, so
exactly.
I don't know what the other one's for. I mean, you let the clutch out.
I
You go
mean,
through gears.
well, we don't need clutches no more, I guess.
Well,
Right.
drive automatics, but just saying.
Mr. Polanowski, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you joining us. We're just going to be closing this out. This is our show, and I know Dan's got dinner cooking. He's been cooking chicken out on the Trigger Grill, so we're all excited to be eating tonight. And I'm going to be eating good tonight, folks. Let me tell you.
Getting close.
Eating good.
But Gary, Paul, Dan, I appreciate all of you being on the show, and you're all more than welcome to come back on next Sunday and help me try and navigate this 50 tips for truckers, a list for new truck drivers coming into the industry. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it.
Later.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I really appreciate all of you being here. Remember, in a week from, well, let's see, a week from Wednesday, which is going to be February 1st, we're going to be having our giveaway drone at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be giving away a Holy Stone 720, and it's going to be coming with a lot of extras that you can't just get just off the counter. It's probably going to be about a $250 to $300 value. So this isn't a cheap giveaway. It's going to be right after my premiere that I do every Wednesday. So make sure that you come and check out the premiere and then stay for the giveaway afterwards. I appreciate all of you guys for being here tonight, and thank you for coming along for this ride with me, and I will see you later on down the road. Bye, everybody.
Now my wheels